Big story this morning is the blizzard 2013. I'm Chris Velarde.
And I'm Ann Craig. It looks like we're just going to get hammered. A foot of snow across the state of Connecticut. There is a blizzard warning now across the tri-state.
If you need to do anything, do it now. Gas up, stock up on supplies, get where you need to be so that you are not out there when all of this starts to hit. The blizzard of 2013 heading our way.
And of course, News 8 has your back this morning. We've got team coverage. We're going to begin, of course, with the latest forecast. Here's Storm Team 8's Gil Simmons and Sam Cantro. All right, guys, everyone wants to know when we're going to see that snow.
All right, it's really on the way now. Yeah, it's getting closer and closer. We've had a couple reports of flurries this morning.
Yep.
Now the edge starting to really sneak up over Long Island.
And that's the steadier stuff.
That's right. And that's going to make it slippery over the next few hours here in Connecticut. First to see it will be the shoreline, places like Bridgeport, New Haven, New London, even down to Greenwich. Let's take it full screen. We'll show you that storm track radar right now, as that will be moving up right over Long Island Sound and right into Connecticut. So I've zoomed in to show you the leading edge, and it's rain down here, and that's going to be an interesting thing to watch. There will be some warm air trying to kind of move over Connecticut at times, battling with the cold air, and that can wring out more moisture. That's why we have the very high snow totals, and also parts of the shoreline may see a mix at times. But right now, 395, 91, 84, 95, completely quiet. Other than a flurry, we've had a couple of folks check in seeing just that. It's dry out there, but everything is moving from the bottom to the top of the screen. Blizzard warnings up for the entire state with the combination of heavy snow, strong winds. That will make it tough right through the evening and overnight into tomorrow morning as well. Here's a little timeline for you. I think 1 to 3 inches, very likely by around noon, and from noon to 4 p.m. it starts to really ramp up as the wind comes up, the snow comes down heavier. This will be a wet snow for the daylight hours today. Once we pass sunset, the snow will tend to turn a little fluffier and drier overnight tonight, but a very tough evening expected because of the wind that will be getting wild across the state. And the strongest winds will be the further east you're watching from and along the shoreline. So light snow breaking out this morning, a brief mix possible at the shore, and then getting heavier this afternoon. The accumulation map right now is 12 to 25 inches across the state. I'll show you that. We'll have high tide times as well, and we'll talk about those wind gusts much more in about 10 minutes. Right now, we want to get you updated with our team coverage as we take it outside with Jeff Fallon. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, Gil. Yes, well, we're out in Wallingford at the DOT garage, and things are fairly quiet here, both weather-wise and in terms of human activity. But it will pick up, of course, the weather as well as the trucks as they get headed out. The state has its full panoply of more than 600 trucks to send out, plus a couple hundred of private contractors. Now, let's talk about some of the things you should be aware of as you head out, or better yet, don't head out, not only for your own good and safety, but also to stay out of the way of those trucks as they go about plowing the snow. So that's the first thing. Stay off the roads if you can. Now, AAA says that if you do get stuck, especially if you have a phone with you, it is better to make that call and stay with your car. State police remind you that if you have a crash and if it is safe and possible to do so, to remove your car from the lanes and off of the road, or at least as far to the side as you possibly can get. And a couple of other things that might help you out a long way. If you have at least half a tank of gas, that or more will help you avoid having a gas line freeze up. Also, police tell me that they tend to see more spin-outs of your bigger SUVs and four-wheel drives in snowy weather because a lot of the drivers think that their vehicles are impervious to the weather. Well, they're not. And also bear in mind that if you have your windshield wipers on, you got to have your headlights on. That is the law in Connecticut. All right, enough out of me. We're going to send it over to Kent. He is with the Coast Guard, or at least at the Coast Guard in New Haven.
Yeah, Coast Guard Station, New Haven. That's right, Jeff. We're here talking because in a storm like this, we always say batten down the hatches, and I'm with the guys who actually know what that means. Joining me is Kevin Tansky of the Coast Guard. And Kevin, we got a big storm like this coming. What do you guys do to prepare? What are you concerned about today?
Well, we're always prepared 24/7. At the Coast Guard, we have multiple crews here ready to respond at all times. Year-round, we prepare in inclement weather to train. We're just always ready. We want boaters to be aware. We don't want them out on the water. If they have to be out on the water, we want to wear PFD life jackets, and we want to just make sure they're safe, stay away from low-lying areas in case of the storm surge that's about to happen.
Yeah, and that's a thing that maybe not everybody is aware of, because we think about the snow with this blizzard. We're actually looking at some severe conditions along the coastline unrelated to the snow. We're looking at a decent chance for storm surge today, right?
Correct. Yep. The weather is going to bring in the storm surge. We want people to secure their boats, their moorings. We want kayaks and things like that to be secured, because we don't want to have a false distress and us have to go out there and use our resources to go respond to that.
Now, I can imagine a lot of recreational boaters are out in February during a storm, but this is a working port. We've got all the oil tanks here in New Haven. Are there commercial vessels that are still going to be sailing on a day like today?
Absolutely. There'll be boats in and out of the harbor today. The fishing fleet's out there all the time, so we're always ready for them. Yeah,
because they could run into some trouble today. We're looking at probably with 70-mile-an-hour winds, some good waves even for the Sound, right?
Oh, absolutely. There's sometimes 6-footers out in the Sound here.
Boy, all right. Well, good luck and you stay safe today. That's what's going on here at the Coast Guard Station, New Haven. I'm Kent Pierce. Back to you.
All right, Kent, thank you. It is 6:06 right now, and of course, later today, roads are going to be trouble. Roads are going to be trouble.
Yeah, how are they looking right now, Teresa?
So far, so good out there, Ann and Chris. It's a pretty easy ride. If you need to get those last-minute supplies, now's a great time to do so. Our major highways are in great shape. We only have one alert for you. Let's get right to the traffic maps here, and we will zoom into Prospect. We had a structure fire earlier today. We're going to zoom in here to Route 69. Route 68 closed right now. They're clearing the scene. They're paving. They're putting salt down, rather, so because of icy conditions out there because of the fire. So it should be wrapping up within the next 10 to 15 minutes. Here are a couple of transportation alerts for you. As of right now, we have 28 canceled flights coming out of Bradley. Thousands in the New York City area, so call ahead. Metro North right now is running on a normal schedule starting at noon until 6 o'clock this evening. They're going to have 13 extra trains. That's so people can get to and from where they're going quickly before the snow kicks in. Meanwhile, CT Transit, those are the buses, they're planning on running on a regular schedule until 1 o'clock this afternoon. We'll get more information on these transportation issues coming in at 9:30 this morning. And 632 plows, that's the complete fleet over at DOT. They are ready to go once the snow starts falling. You can check the traffic cameras for yourself over at traffic.wtnh.com.